When it comes to deadlifting or Romanian deadlifts or good mornings or any kind of a hip hinge activity, one of the things that you can do to take your control of that movement to the next level is be conscious about the muscular engagement that's going on as you're doing it. So one of the drills that I will often use with people is you're going to stand all the way up like you just finished a deadlift, right? I'm squeezing my bum, everything looks good. Well, the nice thing about this position is my leverage is very good, so I can get a really tight contraction in my glutes, my hamstrings, everything's kind of locked in. The trouble or challenge is as I go back into that movement, it's very common for people to lose that tension and feeling of control 100%. So it's like my bum is squeezed and I go back, right? And you still want to be able to maintain a semblance of control and tension in that muscle all the way through. It's a little bit like, so if I ask you to put your arm like this and just flex your bicep, right? You can tense that muscle up a little bit, but when you come in all the way here and you're trying to bring your hand to your shoulder, you can flex that muscle quite a bit harder. That's basically what's happening with your bum muscle when you're standing up. That's like this. It's the best leverage for that muscle. But when I go back, I still want to have some tension there. I just don't want to be relaxed in that muscle because it has an important role to stabilize and control the movement. So this is really just training for your brain at first, when you basically need to sit back and just feel that control and initiate the movement from these muscles to pull yourself back up. When you're doing this at first, you might suck at this drill, and that's okay. You got to start somewhere. You may only be able to go back this far before you feel like, oh man, I've just completely lost control and engagement in those muscles. So all you want to do is what? Practice that range of motion, right? Do 10, 20 reps like that. Do that multiple times a day, just throughout the day here and there. The more touches you get on that, the more practice you get, the more your brain is going to figure out what you're asking it to do, what it needs to do to control those muscles, so that you can actually work through a complete range of motion with full control. Once you accomplish that, you're going to start adding load to that movement, and you're going to gradually build it up. When you first add load to it, let's say you could do 100 pounds or 200 pounds in that exercise, you might be only able to do 75 or 100 pounds with proper control, but as you practice, you're going to close that gap, and once you start operating over here, it's going to make a big difference to your overall strength and control, and also just to your longevity within fitness, because you're going to be able to keep better positions, have a lower risk of injury, and overall just achieve more success. So that's what you want to think about in terms of just good muscular control in a hip hinge. I hope that helps, and just be patient with it because it can take a little while to develop that control.